for Chris, Cindy, and JC. It's going to be the best night of their lives. But tonight is also the night of the creeps. From a world unknown comes a nightmare unimagined. First, they are under you, around you, on you, and then inside you.
They get in through your mouth, and you walk around while they incubate, even if you're dead.
They are a new breed of terror.
Freeze!
They are a different kind of horror.
Zombies, exploding heads, creepy crawlies. We could have a little problem.
The creeps are taking over.
I got good news and bad news, girls. The good news is your dates are here.
What's the bad news?
They're dead.
You have never had a night like this. Night of the creeps. If you scream, you're dead.
And what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gore and More podcast. I am your not-so-mean fluff master supreme, Mr. Big Johnny D, bringing it in. And allow me to introduce my illustrious co-host, Mr. Dark Lord of Knowledge, the Chad Daddy himself, Mr. Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
Yeah. And down south, down south, woohoo, we got the host with the ghost, El Scuba Cabra.
What's
Mr.
up, baby?
Scoob. Mr. Scuba, Steve. Vasquez.
I always jumped the gun because I
You
just
did jump. You threw me off a
leave
little
it
bit.
at
But that was all
Scuba
good.
Cabra. Just leave it at Scuba
All
Cabra.
right, I
That's
will.
it.
Next week will just be Scuba Cabra, and that'll be the moment. This is an edit as we go together. Oh, man. Welcome, everybody. Today is October 11th, 2021, and we got a banger of an episode for you today. Fuck yeah, we do. But first, as always, we're going to bring it in, keep it a reality, and do a little slice of life. Chad Daddy, how'd you bring it in this week, bud?
Well, it was a usual week, worked on the house a little bit. I did get to actually finally sit down and watch The Invisible Man over the weekend.
The new one?
It wasn't bad.
The new one?
It wasn't bad. Yeah, the
Dude,
new one. It wasn't.
I like it a lot.
It was good. I liked it.
Like
my wife was actually disappointed because she expected it to be more scary, but we both really enjoyed it.
Well,
yeah.
I feel with the more the first one was always science fiction, but this one was going with more of the tech science fiction, seeing that's where we're at in our stage of life. Like, I don't know, I felt it worked. Dude, like that scene the scene in the kitchen alone was like a great ghost. Like that could have been from a ghost movie, dude. Straight up.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it was definitely
awesome.
It was definitely like Paranormal Activity influenced as far as the
little bit
almost like the ghost activity, but of course it wasn't a ghost. He was just wearing his invisible stealth suit. You know what it kind of reminds me of is, I don't know if you're back in the old commercials, the old Eggo stealth suit. Remember that from the Eggo commercials? The kid invented like the stealth suit and he stole the Eggo waffles in the commercials.
Like that was the one where like he hit against the wall, right? Or something like that.
No, he just had like a suit and it literally made him invisible. It was just a stupid thing.
I don't remember that. I'm gonna have to look that up on YouTube.
Yeah, look up Eggo stealth suit. It was just this goofy little commercial, and it's kind of like that, but it was really cool. We really enjoyed it. Had a few questions were raised that I don't think were necessarily answered, but we enjoyed it.
I'm interested, not to go off. I'm interested to see how they would take that and dwell that into an entire Universal Monsters universe at this point.
Right.
Because if we're going techie, that changes a lot of shit across the game, especially with Frankenstein.
Yeah. And that would be very interesting to see how they do Frankenstein like now.
That's what I'm
saying. It'd be like almost like a cyborg.
Yeah, like a cyborg, maybe clone-ish type of, I don't know.
Thought.
Yeah, because it
cloned body
cells.
Parts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We have so many damn good ideas on here. Somebody's gonna steal our shit one day, and we're gonna be pissed.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's certain websites that listen sometimes.
Has it happened?
That would never happen with Bloody Disgusting.
It hasn't happened in a while.
No, it
but
hasn't. But you know what?
It
Now
might
that you
with this
mention it,
episode. You never know.
within a week or two, they're gonna drop some kind of a fan appreciation of Night of the Creeps. Guaranteed.
Right. I would say Halloween 3 when we're doing that, but that's a little
Yes,
too like on the
that's a given.
nose.
That's a given.
Yeah, that's too on the nose with around then. But
They might just do a career retrospect on Tom Atkins,
I'd be fine.
considering we've covered like 5 of his movies already.
Right.
Like no joke, because we've done The Fog. He was in the beginning of Creep Show. We'll be doing Halloween 3. We did
Was the
this.
beginning of Creep Show.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
My Bloody Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
We love
Is there
Akins
more?
on this episode.
Oh, yeah.
on
Oh
this
yeah,
show,
dude.
can we
If
say.
you have
Love the
not
guy.
listened
I
in
love him.
before, there's a few names in the business that we will always talk about, and that is definitely Atkins, Cundy, and I mean, dude, there's numerous. Using
And
has
what
been
I-
mentioned many times.
What I love about Tom Atkins is he's a horror legend and he's a local boy. He's from Pittsburgh.
Is he real? That's right.
He is. He's
That's
a Pittsburgh
awesome.
boy. That's actually how he starts out. Like I was mentioning offline when we were talking before the show started, was the one of the extras on the Night of the Creeps Blu-ray is Tom Atkins, Man of Action, and it starts out with him talking about growing up in Pittsburgh. He went to Duquesne University, then he got the acting bug there because this girl that he was trying to hook up with, he wanted to spend more time with her. So she's like, well, I'm in the theater. Why don't you join the theater? Then we could spend more time together. And he decided that he enjoyed it so much, he spent more time doing theater stuff than spending time with her.
No shit.
Yep.
That's awesome. I
Legendary.
mean, not for her, but
Yeah.
Yeah, not for her.
She's probably like, damn it, I could have been with Tom Atkins.
I love Man of Action though, because I feel like Tom in a lot of his roles is a cop.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it just seems very, I don't know. I want to watch.
He's even played a couple on lots of TV roles. Yeah, Tom Atkins is a legend. But let me see, what else do we do this weekend? Yesterday we went to Walmart to get some totes. I want to get some smaller totes because I have, a fairly large comic book collection, and they're in like the big, large 36-gallon totes.
Okay.
And those things, when they're full of any type of paper material, are heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I wanted to cut it down, and then it would be half as heavy because the totes are smaller, right? So I go into my garage, and my garage isn't much more than a shack. I mean, it is a garage. It has electricity wired up for the most part, but we've never turned it on. The whole time we've been here, we never turned, because we don't know if all the outlets are wired up, because there are some dangling wires. We don't want to bother turning anything on just in case, fire bad.
Of course. Yeah.
And it has a dirt floor. So I'm moving these totes, and I move this one stack of totes over, and there's just this weird, glistening, slimy looking thing on the ground.
Tasty.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Right?
I was going to tell you to poke it with a stick when you sent the
I
picture.
poked it with something, and it's like really, really sticky. Yeah, if you guys followed on, but everyone else knows. So it's like really, like it's sticky, and I'm like, what the hell is this fucking thing? So I shine my flashlight on and get close, and it's like moving. And I'm like, what the fuck is this thing? I couldn't tell if it was just, it was like a trick of the light with it glistening or what it was. So I'm like, whatever this is, I want it out of my garage. So I go to get a shovel, and my good shovel is down at the house we're renovating. So all I had was a snow shovel, and it's not very good for much other than shoveling snow. You can't shovel dirt with it. So I'm trying to get under it with the shovel, and it breaks open, and it's just full of these wriggling larvae, like almost like these really big maggoty things. And I have no fucking clue what they were, because there were pill bugs, the little white slugs, yeah, but they were like they're about, say, about a half-inch long. And I don't know, like I said, there's pill bugs in there. It could have been stink bugs, or it could have been earwigs. Yeah.
Ooh.
So I'm not sure what it was.
Or it
All
could
I
have been
know
some
is
kind of alien creature
It could have been.
that's going to crawl up your butthole.
See, now
Oh,
Taylor,
dude, it was weird looking.
now Tyler, what's up, Tyler, by the way, and Brody.
What's up, Tyler? What's up, Brody?
Going on? Shout out to all the Gorehounds. So Tyler asked if it's like Alien. It's funny that he went that, because I was thinking the fucking Blob, dude. I was like,
That's
bro,
what I was-
don't pick it with a stick, because that's how the farmer
that's-
got the shit out of his hand, bro. Like,
That's kind of what it looked
No.
like. It kind of looked like the Blob. It was just this weird little mass, and it was just gross. Ugh. So I still have no idea what it was. It's out in the road. It's fucking bird food.
oh,
Yeah,
You
Delicious.
just infected the birds with that fucking alien slugs from
It's all right.
fucking
Birds aren't
Slither.
real.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
bird
that's right.
flu.
Birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real.
I forgot about
Coming
that.
up on Somewhat Supernatural soon.
No. It's just pigeons. It's just pigeons.
Oh,
They
it's
never
just
say
pigeons.
I'm
Oh,
pretty sure they just say pigeons aren't real.
I don't know.
Pigeons are
Seagulls,
robots.
seagulls
I thought it
might
was-
not be real either.
dude, seagulls are assholes. You should be able to shoot them fuckers. No,
PETA might be watching this,
I'm just saying, dude.
but they're not real, so it's okay, PETA. It's okay.
Yeah, they're
I'm
robots.
just saying, like
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh, they're seabirds. It's like, really? Because every time I go to a Burger King, that's all they fucking see is seagulls, dude. It's just so please explain to me when they were like, you know what, the seagulls all got together, like, fuck this, dude. Let's go to BK because that's way better than the ocean. Fuck that shit.
Oh
Like,
god, dude, that's like a few months ago. Like my wife and kids just came back from the beach, and we're hanging out outside, just chilling, and a whole bunch. We live right by a creek, right?
Mhm.
And so it's constantly, geese, ducks, everything. You see them flying in all the time, and this flock of geese just starts flying over, and they're squawking, honking, whatever. My youngest daughter Harps looks up. Seagulls?
Hmm.
Like, no, those are geese, baby girl.
Fair enough.
But so
Geese
yeah,
are
that
assholes,
was
too.
so yeah, that was my weird fucking blob story. It was kind of gross. And today, just one last thing before we move on. Today, like at work lately, they've been giving me the scrubs that I tried on at work originally fit better than the ones that I got. So I kept having this
Okay.
problem where these are really poorly stitched and the crotch kept ripping out of them.
Ooh.
So I finally had enough of it. This is like the third time I went up and complained to somebody, and they're like, all right, we'll get it fixed right away. So they sent me bigger scrubs, and these fit
Uh-huh.
perfectly. So every morning we have to do stretches and exercises to limber up for work. It's a safety thing now. So 2 weeks ago when I did lunges, I ripped out the crotch again. And it was my last pair of fucking scrubs, and I was so pissed. And now I got these new ones, so we're getting ready to do lunges. And I'm like, hey, at least now I don't have to worry about ripping the crotch on my pants. So we go to do lunges, and I decide I'm going to fuck with everyone. So I grab a piece of paper, and I go to do lunges, and I just... I said, oh, spoke too soon. Everybody's like, gotcha.
That's awesome. So you guys are mandatory stretching, huh?
Yeah.
They have our work has instituted it. It's pretty much what we call it as a get the fuck back to work bell, because at the end of every break and lunch, they're like, don't forget to do your 2-minute stretch. And they always do that a minute before break or lunch is supposed to end. And I'm like, fuck you assholes. I'm going to stretch my legs and lay here like 10 more minutes. Like,
There you go. So yeah, that was all my fun. Scoobs, what about you, brother?
Man, it has been a hell of a week, let me tell you. So let me start off with the day job, because the day job, I work at the school. Now,
Mhm.
the day job started to cross over into my hobby job, which is paranormal investigator. So now, mind you,
really?
the school that I work at is one of the oldest schools in my town and my city. It was the first African-American high school in this city. It is now a landmark, so it always has to be a school. It can never close down.
Oh, nice.
I've never experienced anything in the school. Of course, creepy vibes, whatever, but nothing moving, nothing other than like weird hums that there was nobody in the bathroom. So I just kind of was like, whatever. Well, last week, the ladies in the nursery, which is in a portable in the parking lot across from the building that I'm in, they walk into the portable, and the cribs and the chairs and pretty much a lot of the furniture were all put in a circle in the center of the room.
Okay.
The closet door was open, and nothing was stolen. Nobody broke in. We checked the security cameras. We did see one person kind of walk. The area that my school is kind of in a lower part of Corpus. It's on the north side. And so there's a lot of transients out there. So we thought maybe somebody went in and was looking
Like,
around.
just fucked with shit.
Just
Right.
fucked with shit. But nothing was missing. So we go and we look, and we see one guy. He walks to the back of the portable, sits on the ramp. He eats something or whatever he's doing, but he never enters the building, and then he walks away. Nobody ever went in the building. So we asked the janitor the next day, hey, did you move any of the stuff like to the center of the room? He's like, no, I went in there, I swept, I mopped, and everything was where it belonged. So we showed him the video because they did do a little video, and he's like, no, I didn't do that. Now our janitor is he's in his 70s, very, very church going man, you know, very religious. He's not the type of person that would lie about doing something like that. And so when they brought the video to me, they were like, well, send it to Steve. Steve does this stuff. Like, so they brought the video to me. I went over there. I did an EVP session and I was getting intelligent answers. Like I would ask a question and it was giving me an answer like right away. So I was like, okay, cool. Now there is a cemetery right across from my school and it's called the Old Bayview Cemetery. It's been there since the 1800s. It's old. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to check and see if any of the names I got on my EVP session are actually anybody buried in the cemetery. Now, if you go to the website of our library downtown, they have a list of everybody buried in that cemetery. One of the names was Cynthia. Okay. There are 2 Cynthias buried in that cemetery. One of them is a 5-year-old little girl, and the other was a girl in her 20s, 26, I think, 25, 26. So when I asked, what's your name? It said Cynthia. I said, are you the one who moved this stuff in a circle? It said no. And I said, well, who did it? And it said Monster. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe if it's like another spirit that's there, maybe it's a kid spirit that's saying monster because they think that this older person is a monster. So weekend passes, whatever, no big deal. The ladies tied a balloon over the weekend, or they put a balloon in the closet because one of the ladies is like, I feel that the closet's like a portal, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, so
whatever, that's where she's getting her energy from.
That's where she feels that everything's coming from. So they stuck a balloon in the closet. Mind you, nobody goes in this closet. It's a storage closet. The janitors don't go in there to clean. There's no reason for anybody to go in that closet unless the ladies go in there to take stuff out. Okay. So they stuck a balloon in the closet. The balloon was tied to a chair this morning.
Interesting.
So I had asked my principal last week if he would allow my team to come in and investigate. And he was very iffy about it until something happened in his office. He was in the school yesterday. He left one of the doors open or something, and the door was closed. He had left it propped open. He asked the janitor, our morning janitor, if she had gone in his office. She's like, no, like I didn't get to your office this morning. I'll get to it this afternoon. He's like, but you didn't go in there at all to close anything? And he's like, no, like, I'm sorry. I didn't. She thought she was getting in trouble. Right. And she was like, no, I didn't go in there. I'm sorry. And he's like, no, I just wanted to know. So then he was like, okay, something's going on here. Well, on my desk, I have a stack of court documents and they were thrown all over my desk. I didn't leave them like that on Friday. So we checked the video cameras to see if anybody went in my office. Nobody ever went in my office, but the papers were thrown all over my desk. So I have an investigation coming up this week at my daytime job.
Dude. What?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this, like, not to go like crazy off, like, I mean, it's still on subject for what you said. You've done lots of investigations.
Yep.
What could primarily lead to something where, let's say this is happening in a place that it's never happened prior?
Well,
that's what I was wondering too.
The thing is, I don't know the full history of the school, and I have no way to really find out. I understand. But the first thing that popped in my head was there an anniversary of something coming up that is building up energy because it's going to be like the 100th anniversary or whatever to an event that occurred. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm excited because I've never encountered a poltergeist before. Everything that we get,
would it be attached to somebody maybe, and that's why it's there?
Well, that was another thing that we talked about today in my office. I don't want to say any names of somebody, but they do believe, or they do kind of meddle with brujeria, which is like Mexican witchcraft.
Yep.
So we don't know, and this person just started working with us, so we don't know that maybe they brought something in that is now having fun at the school.
That's fair.
I don't know.
That's my. As soon as you're saying your story, and I'm happy that Chad had the same thing. That was my first thought. I'm like, you already said There's never been any prior situations. So now all of a sudden that you're not only just getting one, but multitudes of different interactions.
Yeah.
Like, what is bringing this energy or whatever
Yeah.
in the get-go? Like, because
that was
it wouldn't just show up. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's
That was my guess. My guess, what my thought was what changed, and I think we nailed it.
But here's the thing that's changed also. There's a lot of construction going around our area because they're building a new bridge.
Okay.
They're building like this super massive bridge because they're going to start bringing in like bigger ships and stuff. And our school's right, you know, the harbor bridge is right there by our school. So now that all this construction's going on, maybe that's kicking up something that was never there. Oh, and another weird fact, when we were walking over there, I told the ladies, I was like, well, maybe somebody's buried under there. And they're like, well, wouldn't we smell it? And I'm like, well, no, I mean like from a long time ago.
Right.
Like maybe
That's
there's
what
a
I was
body
also
buried
thinking.
there.
I was like,
because the cemetery's so close, but it was for rich people. So maybe the poor people back then just buried where they could.
it's just a lot.
Could have been.
Yeah.
So when one of the first questions I asked, I said, why are you still here? And it said trapped. And I said, why are you trapped? And it said buried. And I said, well, why are you dead? Like, are you dead? Like, why are you dead? And it said drowned. So there was a hurricane that hit Corpus that pretty much demolished Corpus back in like 1912 or 1916, something like that. And it completely and there's bodies still buried to this day all over the place from this natural disaster that took place. So I don't know that that is coinciding with any of this.
Still have to like siphon some kind of energy into it to all of a sudden like make it.
This is a whole different fucking topic.
Yeah, this is a whole different podcast. This is a whole
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I worked over the weekend. Saturday I went to go watch the Rocky Horror Show, the live play. I had never seen it before in a live play, and it was awesome. It was so great. And then I worked yesterday, just kind of hung out, went to the spirit store, got myself a new little Ghostbusters jacket and that proton pack back there. And that was it, man. What about you, Johnny D?
Well, sirs, I did normal work bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Saturday was nice because I had an adult night out with some friends. Yeah. So there were 6 of us. We went out to a haunted house out in Rochester Way, which I've never been to. It was funny because it was in a mall. So like, you know, we've had a little haunt in our mall, but it's just like a little haunt. But this place is like, yo, we got 5 haunts, blah, blah, blah. So we got the fast pass and shit. And dude, this thing was legit as fuck. It was awesome. And it was like the fast pass was only like $30. It was like 25 for normal or fast pass for 30. I'm like, sign me the fuck up, dude. Yeah, and right. And it was awesome, man. Like there was one, it was like called Castle Manor or something like that. It was kind of like, I mean, everything was just its own little like facade or whatever. But then like the next one was Contagion. So it was all like zombie outbreak shit. Third one was clowns. Fourth one was weird cabin, but it had like Michael Myers in the beginning and then a bunch of other shit. And that was the fourth. The fifth one was actually my favorite, dude. And it was a Krampus one. And it was nice. Awesome. So they actually had like a big, it didn't move or anything, but it was like a big, they actually had a big Krampus out there with the actual Krampus mask and shit like that. And I'm just like, fuck yeah, dude. And none of my friends have actually seen this movie besides me and my wife. So I'm like, oh, damn it. Can't even talk about it. But that was cool because it's just that house in particular. If you think about how all of us that love Halloween and everything, how we always get shit on, because if you go to any store now, we're mid-October, not even mid-October, but we are. Halloween has already been shrunken down and Christmas is already fully taken over. I hate saying it, but it's the truth and we all know it. But if you can turn Christmas into horror, I'm fucking game all day long.
Yes,
because the amount of Christmas shit they had going throughout the Krampus like layout was just fucking awesome. It just gave you some crazy ideas and just turning some Christmas shit into some really demented shit. But no, it was a blast. Even grabbed a t-shirt from there just because I liked it so much, which it's nice because like we try to hit a different haunt every year. Like we were going to hit 2 other ones that we've hit, but one we hit last year and the other one was like 2 years ago. And I'm like, all right, the last year one, I can almost guarantee there's no changes from last year. If so, there's very minor. And the other one, questionable. So I was like, let's do something new. But that was really fun. Worked on my Halloween costume all day yesterday because I had the jive from that. And then I watched
this. Sweet, by the way, it's coming out fucking sweet.
Thank
It
you.
is.
Actually, I also went to Spirits. So I picked up this dude because he was this was an older one. It was like the only one they had, and it was on sale for $20. And I'm like, totally fucking
Nice.
worth it. And for
Kind
my
of looks
big
like Tarman.
little
A
bit,
little.
yeah.
Yeah.
And for my big fat head, it fits on there very loosely, which is like does not happen ever
Yeah.
with any
Yeah.
mask in my entire life. Yeah, so I did that and then just went and got into burlap, which I'm always so good with working. And what did I go? Oh, I went to not Salvation Army, another like thrifty shopper, picked up a fucking pants and jacket for like, or pants and flannel for like $9 total. And I went the Scuba Steve route with his Silent Bob, and I went with the long black jacket.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I almost don't want to dirty it, so I could also do Silent Bob at some point because I'm
Yes.
like, ooh, this would work too. But
Such a simple but effective cosplay.
it really is, dude, and it's awesome. I love it.
And people
but anyways,
recognize
enough-
it so much more than anything else.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. But enough about this, enough about me, enough about us. Let's talk about what the fuck we are here to talk about, seeing we are 26 minutes into this episode already. Yeah, talk about that shit. But we are here to talk about 1986's The Night of the Creeps, which was actually my pick. This was released in August 22nd, 1986. And I'll go with the plot rundown. I'll let you gentlemen take the rest. In 1959, an alien experiment containing vile slug-like organisms that possess their host crashes to Earth, where one of the slugs takes over a young man at Lover's Lane. Which we need to talk about that in a second. But anyways, as his day is hacked to pieces by an escaped maniac. Flash forward to 1986, when hapless nerds Chris Romero and J.C. Cooper discover the corpse cryogenically frozen in their college lab and accidentally free it as part of a prank. I almost said it, the Brody.
The Brody.
The Brody. The body unleashes its extraterrestrial passenger, which proceeds to infect the student population at breakneck pace. Detective Cameron, a man deeply affected by that fateful night in 1959, heads up the homicide investigation as a result of the escaped alien slugs. Now set loose on a college campus, the slugs infect the student body as the detective attempts to end the Night of the Creeps.
Woo.
Chad Daddy, you want to take it away?
Yeah, so this was directed by Fred Decker, the well-known director of Monster Squad, which was on another episode of ours that we did not cover. That was part of the pod swap that was done by the Beetle Bros.
Yeah.
He also directed RoboCop 3, written by Fred Decker, who actually, I did not know this until reading this. He wrote the Godzilla in 1985, not the original version, but the Americanized Raymond Burr version.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
House 2, the second story, and The Predator. Ugh, not a good movie.
Love
We're not going to even.
I love
You
House
love-
2.
House 2 is
love
good.
that fucking
I thought you
movie.
were saying you love The Predator. I'm like,
Oh, I was gonna
we're
say,
have a
No,
conversation.
no. House 2. House 2. Come on, guys.
No, I know.
Produced by Charles Gordon, who produced Die Hard and Die Hard 2, Die Harder, and Waterworld.
Yeah, Waterworld.
Yeah, so
cheeks.
I believe I will let Scuba Steve take over the cast list.
All right, starring Jason Lively from National Lampoon's European Vacation. That's where I remember him from.
Yeah,
I could
that was-
not.
it
I was like, who
Ray-
the fuck? I was like, I know him
It was
from
Russ.
somewhere. He was fucking Russ. As Chris Romero. Steve Marshall from 21 Jump Street as James Carpenter, JC. Cooper. Jill Whitlow, Adventures Beyond Belief, and Freddy's Nightmare as Cynthia Cronenberg.
You know, I
Tom
never watched
Aikens?
Freddy's Nightmares.
Yeah,
It
they were.
wasn't great.
I mean, they weren't horrible, but
Was it better than the Friday the 13th series?
Yes.
no.
I think
No.
so.
No. Oh.
I like
I
the
think
Friday the
so.
13th series because it was at least interconnected. They're like it kept the same people going throughout.
Oh,
those-
okay. So it wasn't
Freddy-
just different stories.
No, Freddy's Nightmares was like an anthology.
Ah, okay.
I liked Freddy's Nightmares better than
Hmm.
Friday the 13th.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
Tom Aikens from The Fog, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, My Bloody Valentine as Detective Ray Cameron, Alan Kaiser from Mama's Family as Brad, Wally Taylor, Escape from New York, Rocky 3, The Golden Child as Detective Landis, Bruce Solomon from Knots Landing and Beverly Hills 90210 as Sergeant Raimi, David Paymer, Drag Me to Hell as Hollister, David Oliver, The Horror Show as Steve, Dick Miller from Gremlins, The Howling, Tales from the Crypt presents Demon Knight as well. Yeah, I saw Dick Miller. I was like, again?
Right?
Yeah. 2 weeks in a row,
of Dick
buddy.
Miller.
2 weeks
That's
in a
awesome.
row.
2 weeks of dick. Double dick.
Fucking dicking down, dude.
Somebody call my ex-wife.
Whoa!
Oh,
Boom.
Oh, fucking A.
All right, you want me to keep going or?
yeah. Go ahead.
All right, music by Barry Dvorak, The Warriors v. The Final Battle, Exorcist 3. Cinematography by Robert C. New, Prom Night and Lionheart. Edited by Michael K. New, House, Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Dream Master, and Spawn. Distributed by TriStar Pictures, runtime 88 midgets. I finally got to say it.
You know what?
MPAA rating.
That's not even going off because there was at least 3 midget actors in this movie that we know of. We didn't see
Yeah,
the
the
faces.
aliens.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yep, the aliens at the beginning.
MPAA rating R. Budget? Question mark.
Really?
Gross
I couldn't
600,000.
find anything.
Gross 600,000 and it only played on 70 screens.
Really? No shit. I didn't know it was
Mhm.
like that much like
Very limited,
of
yeah.
a- Yeah.
Neither am I,
shit.
TJ. I am not PC either, so
He's
cancel me.
an apple, but no. Fucking A. Boss man, if you want to hop in and give us a breakdown by chance,
Ooh, that
you're
would be
more than
sexy.
welcome to because we
That
would
would be
love to have
sexy
you.
to have him on the show.
Right.
That would be
But-
fantastic.
Because normally we do that right now. But right now, we're gonna have a little side note from a Bobby breakdown.
Woo!
Afternoon, ladies and gents of the Gore and More podcast. Sorry I will not be on tonight. Some unforeseen family events going on. But tonight the boys will be discussing Night of the
Handsome man.
Creeps. This film alone is a special place in my heart because growing up, this was my like zombie go-to creep movie, and I loved it, and I still do to this very day. Tom Atkins, Jason Lively. I don't want to say star-studded lineup, but they all did very wonderful. And Tom Atkins is one of my favorite actors of all time, so you could probably tell he is my favorite character. And my favorite female is the female lead herself. And Jason Lively up there as a second runner-up next to Tom Atkins. I mean, the mustache ride. You can't go wrong with that. But and it's such a fun movie. As far as kills go, I would definitely say probably the whole
Third act.
no. Now I can't think. JC. He is probably my favorite scene, as well as my favorite kill is the janitor in that room when his head splits open because you see his face before he goes in.
Fair enough.
I would definitely say that's my favorite kill. The cinematography is nothing too exciting about, but it works for the movie. It's very well done. Not over the top, but still great. And just the way it looks, it's got that good, it's kids in college, but it just gives you that nice B movie, especially with the black and white in the beginning, B movie feel, but it's a very good B movie, and I highly recommend it. So my rating for this movie, I would give this a solid 4 for myself. It's such a great movie, and I mean, again, it's Tom fucking Atkins.
Yeah,
I'm just
buddy.
mad because it's Tom Atkins. Get over it. So I will join you guys back next week. Love you guys. Enjoy the movie. And as always, keep it creepy.
Love you, Bobby.
Oh, that
Love you,
wink.
Bobby.
That was such a sexy wink right there.
It was, right? Fucking A, dude. All right. Well, let's discuss.
Yeah, so
This movie was like Revenge of the Nerds with alien
Meets-
slugs.
Yeah, 100%. With
Yep.
stupid fraternity bros and
Oh, yeah.
like it wasn't to the full extent of Revenge of the Nerds. 'cause
No,
you didn't have
no,
the
no,
whole
no, no.
Quad, but I could see where you're going with it.
But
for
you
sure.
had like, I mean, the both characters were obviously like not the popular kids on
No.
campus, and they had that fraternity that was just bullying them, and every college movie starts out like that,
Mhm.
without, if you take away the killer slugs, the zombie slugs, or whatever you want to call them. It's a 80s college fraternity movie, you know.
Hardcore. Yeah, you could easily have gone to this. This is just college like comedy if you didn't even introduce the slugs.
You take out the slugs, the whole movie is just those two guys trying to get laid.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all it'll be.
So it's super bad, and just start making
yeah.
But no, man, I loved it. This is my first time watching this bad boy, and that's why I wanted to put it on our list. But it's great, man. I mean, I made us all watch Slither before, so it makes sense why I would enjoy this for sure.
I am absolutely thrilled that is your reaction, because that's the exact reaction I was hoping. I just had a feel that you were going to love this.
Oh yeah, I mean, okay, 100%. I'm not going to say it's like a 5 out of 5 by any means.
No, not at all.
But it's enjoyable as fuck.
Very,
like
very.
straight up. Like
so many hilarious one-liners delivered by Tom Atkins.
Okay, can we just talk about how they broke the fourth wall like at least 2 to 3 times within like the first like 10 to 20 minutes of the movie? That right there just sets the precedence for the whole movie, man. And if you don't enjoy those like liners, right? God damn it! What am I, stuck in a B movie? Like, yes! Like, I was sold right fucking there, dude. Not that Tom Atkins doesn't sell me anyways, but you know what I mean? Like, just, and even though the kills themselves weren't like straight on camera, like we didn't get nasty stuff, the gore used for like after effects, or I would say even the heads like splitting open, like that was really good. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so it was, dude, it was just a fun fucking movie.
They weren't the best effects, but they were effective.
Right.
Yeah. It's like riding a roller coaster. Yeah, it's kind of cheesy, but it's a fuck ton of fun.
Right? Yes. Like, I mean, dude, Atkins always plays a great cop, and the fact that he's playing like the main lead, like investigator cop, like that's just because I just love the way his dynamic of talking to his officers, and even the two like our two main guys here, like he just doesn't give a shit.
Speaking of Tom Atkins and Cop, he was also in Maniac Cop, so that's another one.
Oh yeah, there's another one. Yep,
that was another one we covered.
Damn.
Son of a bitch.
we are the unofficial Tom Atkins podcast.
Yeah, buddy. So did you guys notice the aliens at the beginning? That they kind of, to me, they look like the alien, like the baby dinosaur from the show Dinosaurs.
Yes,
a little. Yeah.
Yes, it's the color. It's the color,
mama.
It was that like weird peachish color, like.
And I had completely forgot.
I couldn't get over their fucking mouths, dude. Like I wish they just like left them. I wish they closed them. Like why do they?
They're not breathers. They didn't have a nose. How
about
twisted breather?
Yes, I forgot that completely about the aliens. That's how the movie started, because I hadn't seen this in such a long time, and I was like, "What the fuck am I? Did I put the right movie on?" And then I was like, "Oh shit, that's right. This is fucking Aliens. It has aliens in it."
See, that's the funny thing, because the first time I saw the movie, it was on like USA Up All Night, probably around this year. But
all night.
Don't think I saw the beginning. So the second time I saw it, and I saw these aliens at the beginning, I was like, "What the fuck am I watching? What is this?"
It's like if they didn't show you the title card first, where they actually went through and it was just like it just showed you the slow like creeps. Yeah, I could totally see why you'd get confused as fuck, because you come in and that's totally 80, like the way the craft and everything's set. That's great 80s sci-fi, perfect.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like you blink and then you're in black and white 1959. You're like, what the fuck's going on here? I'm watching The Blob. And like, dude, I don't know. That whole intro was just insane, honestly.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I love
the whole axe murder extra crap, and like
it is so cool because it's like it starts as that 50s cheesy sci-fi. It came from outer space vibe.
Yeah. Dude, I instantly thought of
carried that vibe. It carried that vibe the entire movie, because even when they were in the 80s, for me, it felt like they didn't even have to do that big of a jump in time, because it still felt like the 50s, especially when they're like all dressed up for prom and stuff. It just felt very 50-ish to me.
Well, I mean, as we've discussed on prior shows, 80s was super in love with the 50s.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, that's just every 30 years, every decade loves 30 years
30 years
prior.
before. Yeah.
And
Tom did not age
coming
at
off
all.
the 90s.
When they showed Tom in the 50s, he looked exactly like he did 30 years later. Like there was like no age difference in him at all. I was like,
Well,
okay,
except
he didn't age.
dude,
All right.
first of all, what a great way to bring in Tom Atkins into this movie. Let me just say that like his opening scene was fantastic. Just sipping fucking margaritas on a beach in a suit, getting from
reading a fucking book.
Yeah, like I was so confused in that whole scene. I'm like, so what is Tom Atkins in this movie? Is he like some rich? No. And even my wife's like, what's he doing? I'm like, he's living the fucking life. I could tell you that. And I'm like, wait a minute. This girl's coming out of the water and she's not wet. What the fuck is going? I'm like, oh wait, we're in a dream. Never mind. But oh man, like
I can almost picture that's legit lives his life.
I would hope.
But there's probably more hookers.
It's possible.
That's always a good thing. Maybe
it can be, right?
Can be.
That's right. But I mean, dude, this movie was just like I said, it was fun. Like that's all it was. Like it wasn't anything like I didn't think there was a lot of like open-ended questions really with it or anything like that. You know what I mean? It was just kind of here it is. I feel like the whole side plot of the axe murder and everything, like it was cool, but I feel like it almost also wasn't needed.
It really wasn't.
I liked it though.
I liked it.
It wasn't. Go ahead.
I guess it was kind of needed to set up the whole PTSD that Atkins' character had.
No, I get that.
Because look at what he's about. He was about to blow his ass up when fucking what's his name came and knocked on his door, because you see and his fucking oven door's open. It's getting ready to fill with gas, and that's why he was sitting there telling he was going to blow himself up.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. What's funny is that for some reason didn't even like dawn on me when I saw that. You just said
no, and I was thinking like, what? Maybe was he waiting for? At that point, did he know that the axe murderer was already back?
No, I don't think he didn't know
at
I
that
think,
point yet, right?
I
think he had he had some weird suspicion because of the way the first bot guy's head was split, because he thought it was an axe wound, and he was even asking his buddy there. But I mean, there was always that thought. I mean, like I said, it was cool, but I guess and I could be looking way too far into it. But because like that dude was already a rotted corpse, like they clearly like brains. That's why they all went to the basement, because they had a jar full of brains. But like, wouldn't that dude's brain be like almost nothing at this point for like almost 30 years of just, and you know, he wasn't even properly like he wasn't embalmed or anything. He was fucking shot and buried in the dirt. So it's like, I don't.
And why was it dormant for so long?
What do you mean?
Why was it dormant?
Like,
it probably took no activity afterwards.
It probably took the slugs, I figured, like time to get down to it. But it's like, I feel like they nestle in the brain, but if there's no brain there, like what is it doing? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know exactly.
It's a B horror movie. Don't look into it.
No, I know.
Yeah, you're looking too deep.
I probably was looking way too far into that shit, but it was like, no, dude, it's just zombies and slugs, and that's all we needed.
And and this is one of those movies that you can't go into thinking you're gonna watch a serious horror movie. This is a fun B movie, and that's what you need to have in your head going to watch this. Some people don't appreciate movies like that. I love fucking movies like that, and this movie delivers everything. I love some of
the little subconscious cliches that they kind of threw in here too. Like at the beginning, like I don't know why, but I swear, like in every 50s sci-fi or horror movie, it seems like the main character is named Johnny. There's always Johnny in these old movies.
Johnny, always. Yep.
And another cliche that they had, and it was kind of like almost like, again, like a little subtle one, was every movie, like every time it shows the coroner, he's always fucking eating a sandwich.
Because
and he was doing it in every scene.
Arachnophobia. They do it in arachnophobia. Yeah, and they just need to do that to show how comfortable that dude is around dead bodies. I feel like that's the only real reason they do that.
But they didn't. It's one of those things like, they don't really need to do this, But they're always eating and it's always a sandwich.
It is. It's always like a really loose, like ham sandwich or something. There's always like lettuce, like a piece
Shit,
of
like
lettuce
fucking-
and floppy hanging outside.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's
Yeah,
always
and-
a Brad. There's always a Brad as a douche.
Always a Brad, dude.
Chad.
That dude's. Oh my god.
Sometimes a Chad.
First of all, I gotta say, Brad's hair bothered the fuck out of me with that bleach bottle blonde, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck was going on with that shit. It was bad though. I don't know, man.
I gotta say, one of my
80s
favorite
hair
scenes.
is-
One of my favorite scenes was the classic '80s montage scene of everybody getting ready for the dance.
So I love that scene. My wife bitched at that scene, and my wife
Let me
bitched
guess,
at that
because-
scene. She's like,
Because the shower titties.
right. She's like, why do you guys get a pan shot of titties, but we don't get a pan shot of dick? I go, first and foremost, you did get a pan shot of titties because it showed a bunch of dudes in the mirror. So I'm like, nipples for nipples. And she's like, it's not the same. I'm like, it's the same.
It
I'm
should
like-
be the same.
I'm
Equality,
like,
damn
if we
it.
got bush, then you'd get dick. I would say that would be fully equal.
That would be
Yes.
equal.
But it's tits for tits. Like,
Tits.
actually,
Tits.
I
Tits
just
for
I
tits,
love I
yes.
love that scene because it shows the women, they're getting all their makeup on, their hair ready, and it shows the guys getting drunk and falling down the fucking stairs.
right?
Which is exactly
like they're just
what prom is.
That's exactly what it would
that's
be like,
exactly
yep.
like any prom. That's just weekends, bro.
Yeah,
It's just
true
like
that.
we're gonna go out for the weekends, and it's like the dudes are fucking around for 2 hours before and pregame, and the girls are actually getting ready. Nothing wrong.
I just want to comment on your shirts, fellas. I love
Yeah.
the nostalgia with the shirts.
We-
Love them.
We were
Chad
before
said
you came
something
on.
about that.
Before you came on, I said we look like a couple of fucking toddlers because I got a Toys R Us shirt and he's got Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah. Oh man, you're right, Tyler. That was literally the most realistic scene. Like that.
And like I
Again,
said, my
another-
favorite
another 80s
one-liner.
cliche.
My favorite one-liner. It's Miller time. I don't know why. I just
Right?
fucking loved that fucking.
Like,
I loved it.
That
Why?
line itself is another
Doesn't
80s
matter?
cliche.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll tell you why. Because Venkman said it at the end of Ghostbusters.
That's right.
Yep.
It's Miller
Yep.
time. That's right. Fucking A, dude. No, this movie was great. And
Yeah, it's a
obviously
lot of
you guys
fun.
feel the same way. And I think we should hear from our beloved man from Down Under.
That's all well and
Yeah.
good, boys, but Katie's cutting in.
Snip fucking snip.
Well,
Every
we
fucking
had to
time
do
that
that,
gets me.
folks. It is I, your DKB, here back for another episode of Gore and More. And this week I'm here to talk to you about Night of the Creeps. Now, I am going to keep it short and sweet this week. As you can tell by my face, I am absolutely fucking tired.
He
Yes,
looks
not
worn
good
out.
on set all
He looks a
day
little beat.
today, so long hours. Anywho, I'm here to tell you why I think this is a fantastic fucking film. And that is mainly due to the fact that it has this comedic element or overall tone of the film that hits on so many levels, whether or not it is the acting that brings it to the table, it is the over-the-top practical effects of violence. And I eat that shit up every day of the goddamn week. It's fantastic stuff. I mean, Tom Atkins is in there with his quick, witty dialogue and lines that like are just badass. It's just B-movie fucking badass fest. And I love that shit. I eat it up. Give it to me. Give it to me, Tommy. Anyway, other than the man himself, I mean, yeah, like I said, the acting is actually really good. I mean, you really feel for the nerds, and you really fucking hate the jocks. And when they get what they get coming to them, you're like, yes, couldn't have happened to a better person. Fuck you. Anyway, my little rant. Yeah, no, this film is absolutely fun to watch. I mean, you could take this to a party anywhere, put it on, have a fucking good time, have a few beers, talk absolute shit around it, and have a laugh. I mean, it's definitely one of them very underrated and underappreciated horror films from the 80s that needs to be spoken about more in the world of horror. So, yeah, I mean, overall, fantastic fucking film. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. This week, I'm going to give it a solid, I'm going to give it a 4.2 out of 5.
Nice.
Like I said, I enjoy it every time I watch it. And it really should have spawned at least a sequel, if not two.
Yes.
Just saying. Anyway, this is your DKB signing out. Enjoy your night, gentlemen, and I shall talk to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. And thank
We
you
love
once
you,
again.
buddy.
Like I said before we went
Yes.
live, Slither could have easily been a sequel to Night of the Creeps.
I'm saying we never got a sequel to Slither. Honestly, I could rant about that too, because they left that fucker wide open. But
I think the main
know what
reason is James Gunn became so hugely popular after doing that. He just doesn't have time to do it.
could you imagine if he came back and did Slither now?
That would
like,
be
with the
fucking great.
the budget he would get.
And all
Oh
the
my
cameos
God.
that would be in it. Because the cameos, I mean, the people that were in the first Slither was fucking great.
Bro, if you don't bring back what's his name, I'd be pissed.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, like he'd have to be back, dude.
I'll tell you what, bring him back, but also add in Chris Pratt and just have them banter back and forth through the whole movie.
Yes, that would be fucking epic.
I was gonna kind of go on a weird off-random tangent of somebody who's not big right now, but I still love. And honestly, that would be almost David Duchovny. I don't know why, but I feel like they
Because
would
of
have
evolution.
Come in.
Evolution.
Yeah,
I can guarantee
think,
that's
like,
why.
their banter with that would be. I think it would also be fantastic. It'd feel a little bit more
that'd be
intellectual
fucking
too
great.
than Chris Pratt.
That would be.
But hey, man, this movie should have had a sequel, like especially with the ending we saw and the other one that you explained as well.
Yeah.
Like they both left it open.
Yes,
and if
they
you
did.
went crazy into it to where you actually had like the aliens, I mean, they're already on Earth, right? So like you actually had them be more involved into it or something. That dude, it can go off the fucking rails.
I think that would be. I don't know. I don't know that if I would want a sequel that had more time with the aliens, only because the way that they looked was very like.
I'm not saying
I
like a
don't
lot,
know.
like the whole movie. I'm just saying just keep them in it. You know what I mean? Like just don't.
I mean, they weren't all
completely
badass like the
disregard
bounty hunters and critters or anything.
No.
but-
Oh yeah, that's way different. But I think we should take a quick peek behind that curtain. Chad Daddy, what do we got?
I
bud?
think that is a splendid idea. All the last names of the characters are based on famous horror and sci-fi directors: George A. Romero, John Carpenter, Tobe Hooper, David Cronenberg, James Cameron, John Landis, Sam Raimi, and Steve Miner are some of the names that they used.
Fucking love it.
Bravo,
Love it.
bravo at that.
I especially
Right.
love the addition of Steve Miner because he's not as well known as the others.
That's true. But that's awesome.
Graffiti on the wall of the men's room where JC's trying to escape a number of the slugs reads "Go Monster Squad."
Yeah,
The Monster Squad
Does
was
it?
1987.
Yep.
Yes, it does.
That's awesome.
Which is funny because it came out after this.
after
right.
So apparently, I'm guessing
it's
he
in the
wrote
same
it
vein.
and it was in the works before this. This, and I believe Bobby mentioned this, is Tom Atkins' favorite movie of his own.
Wait, say that again. I apologize.
This is Tom Atkins' favorite movie of his own that he did.
Oh, okay. Nice.
It's his personal
Nice.
favorite.
Fuck yeah.
Brody threw me off because he threw
Yeah,
up a
I was
YouTube
reading his
comment.
shit
And I was
too.
like, wait, what? What's going on with YouTube over here? Sorry.
And he's not wrong. Brody said the aliens look like the alien from Fire in the Sky crossed over with Station, Bill and Ted.
Station.
Not wrong at all.
The movie the house mother's watching on TV is Plan 9 from Outer Space from 1957.
Nice. Some good old
According to
classic sci-fi.
director Fred Decker, the prominent Striper Rules graffiti visible in the bathroom scene appeared due to makeup artist Kyle Sweet's relationship with her future husband, Striper frontman Michael Sweet.
Oh, nice. I was
Obviously,
trying to read all that graffiti. I don't know if you.
I
guys
couldn't quite catch it
did
all
too.
either.
No.
Obviously, Corman University is a reference to Roger Corman.
Mhm.
A fair share of the film was old Woolworth's department store that was converted into a makeshift studio.
Yeah, that's awesome. That haunted house I
So
was
they
in
didn't
was
use a
in
Hollywood studio.
that old haunted house, or the haunted house I went to this weekend was in an old Burlington coat factory, which is also scary. But yeah, that's funny.
The sequence was filmed after principal shooter had wrapped. After a rough cut was shown to the test audience, several people thought more action, so this particular sequence was added to the movie. Fred Decker took the reshoot opportunity to add the scene of the zombie feet going up the fire escape, some minor beats in the living room, and Cameron grabbing the slug in midair.
That was awesome. Just, not gonna fucking go in my mouth.
Okay, so this was not the only Fred Decker script which included zombies attacking humans. Around 1988, Decker and his friend, Shane Black, worked together on writing a final draft of the script titled Shadow Company. It was actually the first script that Shane Black wrote. He wrote it for a year before he wrote the first draft to Lethal Weapon. The script was to be an action horror film about a group of U.S. Special Forces who died during the Vietnam War, and years later, their bodies were brought. The soldiers were members of a secret army experiments. They rise up from the graves as rotting, unstoppable zombies. The zombie soldiers would have raided a nearby town base and proceeded to destroy the town in which they were buried, killing everyone in it and basically wiping off the face math during Christmas night. The movie was going to be directed by John Carpenter sometime in '89, produced by Walter Hill, and starring Kurt, but it never got. The original script by Black and Decker did gain a cult following. Unfortunately, that would have been a cool movie. Yeah,
that would have been
a great movie.
epic,
bro. The fact that you said all that shit, and then you threw on Christmas Day.
That would have been my favorite Christmas
movie. On top of that, on top of Carpenter directing and holy
and Kurt
shit,
Russell
dude.
starring. That would have been a fantastic.
And Kurt
movie.
Russell, what the fuck? Why didn't we get that?
In another part of the multiverse, that movie exists.
Kurt Russell fighting zombies on Christmas Day.
Fuck.
What the dude? That would be an amazing Christmas movie. God damn it!
If that would have gotten made, people would have been like, "Die Hard? What's Die Hard? I never heard of Die Hard."
Exactly.
Right? They're like, no, man. Have you seen this shit?
By the way, Lethal Weapon is also a Christmas movie.
Technically, yes. I always go with Batman Returns as my favorite Christmas movie.
I still gotta go with Die Hard. It's fucking Die Hard.
I like Batman.
I'm not talking about this.
And Michelle Pfeiffer.
Director Fred Decker originally wanted to shoot the film entirely in black and white.
No.
If they'd have kept it in the 50s,
yes.
But
okay, I'll agree with that. 50s,
See, I don't understand.
But 80s, no.
You hear so often that certain filmmakers want to shoot their movies in black and white, and I don't. Not everything needs. I get the nostalgia thing, but don't shoot it in black and white. See it in black and white. If they want to see a black and white horror movie, they're going to throw in like a Universal movie.
Like I'm not saying a black and white movie couldn't be done well, like especially with like different lighting effects and shit. Now, you know what I mean? Like I'm sure there's crazy shit out there you could do.
Justice League,
but
the Zack Snyder Justice League in black and white was fucking epic.
Okay,
you watched it in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing.
Yeah, he has it in black and white too.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
It just
I don't know.
Was.
I guess
it was good.
I'm not saying it wasn't, but I feel like the black and white doesn't add nor take a. I don't know. Maybe. I guess like the last black and white movie I saw was fucking Sin City, so it's like, but I feel like that was just specifically like
that had like that noir.
Yeah, like that.
Okay,
so
it was
Sin City had to be in black and white because the comics were in black and white. It didn't
right.
in black and white.
Now the Spirit did not, and that movie shouldn't even existed. But that's a whole different podcast.
I never watched that.
Me neither.
It was fucking terrible. That's all you need to know. And yeah, save yourself 2 hours. Anyways,
okay.
Yeah, Daddy, what
Continuing
else we got, buddy?
Greg Nicotero and Howard Berger play zombie extras.
Burger. Zombie burger.
Has the same line, dead guys don't walk away by themselves, followed by a shot of a dead guy walking down the street as the Monster Squad in 87.
Yes, they do that with the Mummy.
That.
Yeah, with the Mummy.
Yes. Fuck yeah, dude. Love Monster Squad.
Man, I really wish we would have had the chance.
I mean, we could always
instead of giving that one up.
We could always do it next year. I mean, I don't see why not. Like a review or something like that. Just throw it in.
Oh yeah, Robo's right. Tom Atkins was in Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lethal Weapon.
Where was I here? Detective Cameron says "thrill me" 5 times in this movie, and Chris says it once.
Thrill me. Yep.
I honestly thought he said it more than that.
What was that one?
The
okay,
script...
so you the blonde girl that answered the door to Brad when he was a zombie. What the fuck did she keep saying? She was saying some weird 80s shit that I have no idea. I didn't even understand it. Chad Daddy looks frozen as fuck right
now. You frozen?
Chad, are you there, bud?
Chad is frozen as Bizzuck.
That's right. I think he is. All right. I'm gonna pop him out.
That's what she said.
Oh, yeah. All right. So while we wait for Chad Daddy to come back, I do not have any behind the scenes notes. So
I don't have any behind the scenes shit either. But the only thing that we can really talk about is the alternate ending, maybe.
Ooh, yes. Okay.
So we didn't see the alternate ending, but Chad told us about the alternate ending. And in the ending that we all saw, we see Detective Cameron walking all burnt to shit. The slugs explode his head. They take off into the fucking woods. And then we see the cemetery and you hear this hum. And then you see the spaceship of the aliens scanning. I guess they're scanning for the fucking slugs in the cemetery.
Yeah, look, that's what I guessed too.
And then in the alternate ending, which he said it was the theatrical ending, the dog is found, and one of the girls is like, "Oh, come here, puppy," and the fucking dog shoots a slug out of his mouth, adding another kill to the dog's number of kills.
Yeah, right.
The dog killed
had
more.
a list.
Yeah, that dog killed more people than anybody else in the movie.
So Chad Daddy, just to keep you up to speed, because we didn't have any behind the scenes, we talked about the different endings that you let us know about. Are you good, buddy?
1 second here, guys. No, I'm not. Hold on.
No problem, sir. You are fine.
Let me attach my extender. Second.
Word.
Well, it's a live show, and you just got to keep on rolling, baby.
That's fucking right,
like
dude.
Limp Bizkit said.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro. Limp Bizkit side note. We're fucking going there.
Keep rolling.
Have you heard the new song?
No, I have not. What the shit?
What? Dude,
no, I have not.
Fred dropped a new fucking track last week, straight up called Dad Vibes. He's taking it all in. It's fucking great. I know the boss man's listened to it, dude. I've been dancing around myself for about a week to it. It's totally ridiculous. It totally has 2003 Limp Bizkit flavor, which is fucking awesome. And it's just Fred Durst just totally owning what the fuck he is now. So.
Fuck yeah, as he should.
Right?
Fuck yeah,
dude. The Limp is coming back, man.
What the hell did I miss?
We had a Limp Bizkit side discussion.
Because you said, "I'll be right back." I said,
Nice.
"That's right. It's a live show. We got to keep rolling."
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
shit.
Well done. Okay. Fred Decker included every B movie cliche, insisted on directing the script himself.
Aha.
Like I said,
Fuck yeah.
I was pointing out some of the little cliches. Fred Decker didn't want to do some guys in suits for the opening glimpse of the ship, but he still wanted them to appear different from the norm, so he ended up putting little people in suits. I got to say it.
Little people.
Too. It didn't occur to him that it could get a laugh from the and he thinks it gave the audience a laugh going forward. Keep it kind of lighthearted, make it more fun.
Yeah. Definitely.
Spaceship model was used. The spaceship model used was later reused Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Oh, nice. Deep Space 9 inches.
Ooh.
No
Fred Decker said in the DVD commentary that the scene where Cynthia's top was to leave viewers wondering if she was going to show her boobs. The idea was, are we see them or aren't we? And then they wait until the last beat, and then she turns around. The idea there is obviously nudity makes your heroine more vulnerable.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, it does kind of show that back shot for a good 30 solid seconds. And
I was like, are we going to see?
I wonder what's going to happen.
Boobies!
And it's like, it's quick turnaround and right before the drop. It's like, oh, all right. She was quite delicious, by the way.
They weren't.
Yes, she was.
Yeah, they weren't half bad either. Phil's become something of a signature for Fred Decker and has been included somehow in all of his movies since.
That's awesome.
And you know what? She showed her
The scene
tits
where
and she didn't die.
She did not.
Sorry.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, am I frozen, guys? The screen by any chance?
You're glitchy. You're not.
Yeah, you're full
Super
green
frozen,
now, though.
'cause it
You were
is-
in the yellow, so
Yeah,
now
I
you're
don't
good
get
to
it.
go.
It's full green here, but you guys are completely frozen.
No, we're good over
Okay,
here.
there we go.
Scoop's good.
Okay, it's good now. Okay, this list since the JC's challenge due to Lively's playfulness, Fred Decker put photos of atrocities around the actor and told him to various points in the scene. You can see him look at the Auschwitz. That it was really important to him that he takes the scene seriously. That's kind of horrible. Putting scenes of Auschwitz around. I mean,
right? You're like, yo, man, I need you to get in a really depressed state. Check.
Like, I can kind of understand it, but that's kind of like maybe going a little bit too far.
Be like, yo, dude, just think about your puppy and then get run over. Like, that's all you need to go. Like, you don't need to go to fucking extermination of people. Like, fuck.
Milo Livingston, friend of mine, he just said hi. Happy birthday.
What's up, Milo?
It's your birthday.
Happy birthday!
Oh, happy birthday, sir!
Happy birthday, man!
Yeah.
Happy
So,
birthday.
JC is the person who speaks after being infected by the slugs. Everyone else was zombified as soon as they're infected or used for incubation. I never understood why that was. And that just brings me up another point that kind of irritated me in the movie was the girl that was infected.
The girl with the cat?
Yeah. Because when she got infected, that was like the day before.
Right. And then all of a sudden she decided to just change when Atkins happened to be there. And it just seemed kind of weird.
That was very...
I didn't even think about that.
Illogical.
Well, no, because I was like, wait, didn't she get infected from the cat? And it was, but it was just a very, like, in comparison to everybody else, which was instant, like, once it's in your mouth, dude, you're fucked.
Maybe because it was a different species that it came from, it took longer to gestate.
Maybe it was a smaller slug coming out of the cat. I don't know.
But the dog, it got the Bradster right away.
Dog is man's best friend.
Dude, that dog, like I said, man, that dog was the master assassin of this fucking movie right here.
Yep.
That dog's be taking everybody.
Like you guys, and I even wrote it down in my notes. Every time we do a movie, I count. And it said, I give the different people. And then number 5, an entire fucking frat bus.
Yeah. You don't even have a number.
Like you can't even count it. Yeah, that's just too many. You couldn't even count it. And
we
they
should
were like
add that to
total
the notes.
Frat guys too.
What's that? Kill count?
Kill count for the film.
Kill count.
That means
we could do that. That'd be pretty
though,
easy.
and make sure we all have to see if we all get the same number or not. That'd be kind of fun.
Challenge.
All right, challenge accepted.
But even if you think it might be too much, I'd like to keep track of it anyway.
Love it.
You guys already talked about the different ending, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so I can skip over that. I don't even. There's a whole bunch there. That was the last part. Was me discussing the different endings.
Alrighty.
All right.
And you guys already covered that.
Gentlemen,
So.
we are.
Thank you,
let's jump into. No problem. Thank you for giving us the info before the show.
Absolutely.
Let's jump into these questions, gentlemen. What format and where was this watched on?
I watched it on Amazon.
I also watched it on Amazon, and may I say, the UHD quality on that was fucking mint.
It was good.
Mint, dude. That shit looks
I watched
so
it on
good.
I watched it on the original Sony Blu-ray, not the Scream version. And it was, it was really, done to not quite UHD, but still pretty nice.
I wonder, did Scream Factory do a 4K release of this movie? Is that maybe why Amazon has the UHD or something? No.
I don't think they have yet. I could be mistaken, but I don't remember seeing it.
Let's say whoever uploaded like that copy, whoever has that physical, I need to fucking purchase that because that shit was fucking beauteous. Like it looked great when it was the black and white in the 50s, dude. But then when it went to the fucking color and you're just walking on Sorority Row right there, dude, that shit looked so intense and awesome and just vibrant. Like it was a great looking copy.
It's just funny because I was sitting there thinking if Scream does a 4K reissue of this, I am all on board for it.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'll buy that in a heartbeat.
Yep. As soon as it fucking gets put out, pre-order
All right.
that shit.
Well, I feel like this one's going to be an easy one, but the douche of the film,
Brad,
the Bradster.
the Bradster,
Bradster.
the whole fucking fraternity. What were they?
Dude,
The betas? The betas.
The guy
Fuck the betas.
even called himself Bradster on the phone with his girlfriend, for God's sake. It's like, yo, Cynthia.
Dude,
that's
his
the
license
Bradster.
plate said Bradster. His fucking license plate said Bradster, dude. Come on. I like the only thing douchier than that was like maybe I don't even know he's a douche. I just like that guy, but he never said anything. Was the one random frat guy you always saw that just had a mustache and a mullet. I don't know why that dude just seems like he could party.
I know who you mean.
He didn't have any lines, but that dude just looks like a party. That mustache, dude, is where it's fucking at. Tyler,
that
I hope
dude
you're
that
right,
got
dude.
more. I'll tell you what, that
What's
frat
that?
guy you just described probably got more action than the Bradster ever did.
And I'm gonna have to say, I almost bet Unibrow dude gets more action than the Bradster. Because I feel like Bradster is kind of going like high end women, where Unibrow dude, he's just shooting his shot anywhere, dude. He don't give a shit. That Unibrow was so bad, by the way.
That was. And I feel like I've seen Unibrow in something else. I'm gonna have to look up Unibrow.
I
know
yeah,
I've seen
right.
it.
That's random ass.
What was? Do you remember? What the hell was his name in this? Do you remember? The Steve?
Dude,
I want to say
because
Steve.
he said the name and then he said like 5 other names when he came back. He's like, "What was your name again?" Like, he started going through a list, but like, what do you say? Like Biff, Ted.
He even said Chad.
I think he did say Chad. You're right.
He did.
But all right. So douche of the movie definitely goes down to the Bradster for sure.
Oh yeah, it's the
hands
Bradster
down.
without a doubt.
All right, favorite kill, gentlemen, of Night of the Creeps.
Ooh.
Okay, favorite kill. I gotta give it to the scene when they're in the little shed and they're getting attacked, and he runs over the fucking zombie's head with a lawnmower.
That was a fun one.
That was a good like cinematic shot of it too, because I'm assuming they were obviously animated, but they even had the blades in the shot. Like that was a nice like Evil Dead-esque kind of shot, I would almost dare say.
Yeah. Or what was
like
that? Dead Alive with the
Ooh,
lawnmower.
there you go. Yeah.
Yes.
Just that super hardcore like POV, just like
I'm gonna have to go with the axe kill in the 50s because that was pretty fucking brutal.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard to argue with that.
Dude, that poor girl, man. Like she didn't even get fucked by the alien. She got fucked by the random psychopath that just happened to be out too. Like, oh man, I don't know. You know what? I almost have to agree with Bobby, dude. The janitor in the bathroom. I think I like that. Like that was just. It might have been in the whole inclusive of the scene, but
what he kept saying over and over, the janitor when he was laughing.
Oh, laughed like
screaming like banshees.
Screaming like banshees.
Screaming like banshees.
Fucking A. Poor janitor. You knew he was gonna get it.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it. All right, so that leads to our best scene. For me, I'm gonna have to say third act, dude. In front of the frat house, or in front of the that wasn't the frat house, but the lady frat house there. Fucking when actually they had the flamethrower and shit like that. I think that like that whole play out was great, dude. All them like attacking the yard and their heads like fucking splitting open and shit. Like
my favorite scene was when he's getting surrounded and he sees the picture of his ex up on the wall and he just fucking just boom, 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 fucking takes everybody out. That was my favorite scene.
A good one too.
Got a couple to pick from because I love this the 80s montage of them getting ready.
Fair.
I don't know. I just really love that scene. The scene where he hits the flamethrower from the police station.
From Dick Miller.
From Dick Miller.
Dick Miller's flamethrower.
and I also like the scene where the axe murderer comes back. and he just breaks through the.
That
fucking
was actually
floor.
kind of cool, man. Especially like them just blasting the shit out of him in the alleyway, and then here fucking Atkins comes just leaping over a fucking fence to get the.
Yeah,
fucking
they made him
headshot.
all badass too, because that
Dude,
fence
they
was
did,
high as
man. Like
fuck.
straight up,
and
they're
he
like,
just
"Oh, you gotta-
boom, still has a shotgun in his
you gotta
hand. Like he
jump
just
over this shit."
leaped over that shit.
He leaped over that fucking fence.
Bro, he was Batman. He was fucking.
Oh, I gotta go with the flame where he gets the flamethrower. It's just every word out of Atkins's mouth is just pure gold in that scene.
Dude, he's gold in this whole movie, man. Like just his lines are perfect.
Because he just charms his way into getting that talking Dick Miller to giving that flamethrower, and then he just asks for the requisition form, and he just cocks his shotgun and points it at him.
Yep. Right. This is my requisition form. I will say, even though that's the scene I said was my favorite scene, the one problem I did have with it, and I never understood, is why the fuck did the two main characters keep switching weapons?
Yeah.
They were like,
Yeah,
this
I don't
scene,
get
they're like,
that
hey,
either.
you wear the flamethrower. Now I'm going to wear the flamethrower. Okay, now you wear the flamethrower again. It's like, wait, what are we doing here? Why do we keep doing this?
And man, I'm not being sexist at all. This is not me being sexist. This is just me being me. If I knew that fire was the only way to fucking kill these slugs, I would not depend on somebody else to be ready with that fucking flamethrower. I would have just kept the fucking flamethrower for myself. And
now
just
this
burned
isn't
the
a.
fuck out of everybody.
I don't think this wasn't a sexist question, because I thought you were going to go where I was thinking. Like, personally, I think now it was a 12 gauge. Anybody that shot a 12 gauge has some kick.
Yes.
She was a tiny framed girl, but that's
Yes.
not saying she can't shoot a 12 gauge, right?
Right.
Yeah.
What I want to know is what would be worse, shooting the 12 gauge with the kick, or how heavy that fucking flamethrower is. Like, he gave her that flamethrower, and that shit was. You got 3 tanks, dude, that are full of fuel. That's got to be pretty fucking heavy, I would imagine. Like a solid 75 to 100 pounds. That'd be my guess. You know what I mean? Like, I could be wrong, but I don't know. It just seemed like a weird. I would have went flamethrower myself. I feel like
that's what I'm saying. I would have went with flamethrower because regardless of if you shoot these motherfuckers, you know the slugs are going to come out. Why not just burn them at the beginning?
Which that was my huge question when she finally lit that one dude's face. And I'm like, okay, now why didn't you do that 20 people ago?
Exactly.
You didn't need to shoot them to expose the slugs. Just burn them. It'll burn the fucking slugs.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, B movie.
Yeah.
B movie.
Yeah, no need to overthink it.
No. Opening scene, hook you in.
Yes, it did. Very much so.
So if it's the title card, no. Aliens, yes.
Yes.
So
pink fluffy aliens.
I don't know how you guys feel about credits prior to the movie. I know it's one thing I'm not huge on. I know my wife hates it. But I mean, I don't know if it's so, like there's movies that I feel like does it better than this one personally did. Like Reanimator. Like Reanimator's a really cool like intro credits scene because it's just got great music and all this weird artwork and shit going on. Fly was also great.
The Fly.
Fuck, what was that one music.
That Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
What was that one we reviewed? What's that one we reviewed about the fucking house? And it was like a 70s flick, and it was like a haunted house, and then they had like this machine.
That was just a fucking couple months ago. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, what fucking movie was that?
That was a cool movie.
Because that had
the Haunting of Hell House.
Yes. That had the credits beforehand, and that was awesome.
Right.
So it works with some movies.
Sometimes it's good. Sometimes, like this one, I felt like it kind of went a little. Like I wish it was a little faster.
Yeah.
Just saying myself, but for the actual opening, fuck yeah, dude! Crazy '80s midget aliens. I got to say it. All right. Most attractive character besides Tom Atkins.
Most attractive female character.
The main girl, I guess.
The main one.
She was really cute. She was really cute.
She's got a horrible last name, but
yeah, but she had like a Pink Ranger vibe kind of going on for me, dude. I don't know what it was. Like, I think it's just the cute brunette, but yeah,
she was. And we saw
she was super cute,
and we saw her boobs. And she didn't die,
and which is like ultimate horror movie fucking cliche. If you show your titties, you're gonna die.
Right. And she was the first one, like when they were all sitting there at the aftermath, she looked up at him. She's like, wow, you got a nice suit. It's like, all right. Obviously Atkins though, dude. Like Atkins with that stash and just his charisma alone, like.
And he went out like a badass.
Bro, he went out smoking a cigarette. I love that he was still smoking a cigarette, all charred the fuck. Like, realistically, if this was not a B movie and his body was next to said explosion that he caused off, his body probably would not be walking around anymore, regardless.
Exactly.
If
there wouldn't have been nothing left.
Not. Correct. But this is B movie and we don't give a shit. We need slugs coming out of Tom Atkins' head. And we fucking get it. So, alrighty. Did the score set the mood, gentlemen?
Yes, it did.
I would
very
agree.
much so. Did a great job.
This one I'm gonna be a little shitty on because I don't remember any of the songs. But best song to me, I like the one where they came into the party, like when they were first getting their booze and shit. Like I really dug.
There was a couple classic '50s song. There was "Put Your Head on My Shoulder" when they're on Lover's Lane.
Put your mouth on my bone.
Oh!
That's a 2021 remix.
Need some dub in there. Favorite character? God damn it, dude! This is
Tom Atkins.
Yeah, Tom Atkins, hands down.
We should go favorite character that's not Tom Atkins.
All right, yeah, because we're all gonna pick Atkins.
If it's not Atkins, I got to go JC.
JC, yeah, I was gonna say JC was great character, dude.
I'm gonna go with Chris.
Yeah,
I mean Russ. You can't go wrong with Russ.
Russ. Yeah, damn. Was it scary? No,
not at all.
And I don't think it was ever intended to be.
No, it was meant to be campy, fun. You know,
like it was a sci-fi horror, but like you said, campy. Like they knew what they were doing. Hence the fourth wall breaks. All the fucking like, yo, man, your movie straight up goes fourth wall. You know, you're just going to that level. You don't give a shit anymore. Does it hold up today? Honestly, I would say yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I think some of the effects were probably hindered just because of like maybe the budget and whatnot. But
I think so.
The copy I watched, dude, that shit was fucking money. So yeah, 100%. I would totally watch this and Slither like a back-to-back like double feature.
Oh yeah,
and just pretend in your mind that it's a sequel, and you're great.
Right. It's like Aliens. Like honestly, dude, at that point, like we could just make our own sequel and we could have fucking Creeps versus Slither.
Ooh.
Oh, that would be actually kind of fucking awesome.
Night of the Slithering Creeps.
If the two worms like hated each, like imagine if they brought in the one worm to attack the other worm because like it would kill him or something. Like that'd be fun.
Because one's zombie and the other like mutates to like
right, like the Slither worms actually get like the creep worms would eat the Slither worms or something like that. But then like they could overtake the host if they did it. Dude, I don't know. All right. How was the acting, gentlemen?
For a B movie, it wasn't horrible. Surprisingly,
I thought it was fine
at all. It was really good.
Bradster may have hammed it in a little bit, but I think he was also told to ham it in a little bit.
To ham it up. I mean,
yeah, like I said, like I said, Decker wanted every B movie cliche in this, and the cocky jock is one of them.
Come on, babe, let's go.
The cocky dorm jock. All I could think of was the dude from fucking Van Wilder, though. I'm like, he's just gonna start shitting his pants. Did you like the cinematography?
It was okay.
I feel like it did.
There really wasn't anything amazing. Yeah, there's really nothing amazing about it. It did the job that it needed to do and did it well.
Right, like there was no. I mean, there was like a little bit of slug POV, which was kind of cool. But other than that, yeah, nothing too outside the box, I would say.
Yeah, he's no Dean Cundy.
No. Did you enjoy the premise?
Oh yeah, loved it. It was a fun movie.
Fucking down, dude. Loved it.
Yeah.
If you haven't been listening to this entire episode, it was great.
Yes.
All righty. We are down to our quadruple R's: recycle, rewind, remake, or reboot.
Reboot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Reboot. Give me a sequel.
We want to see this continue on. Yep.
Yep.
What if you just rebooted it with the sequel?
Oh yeah,
That's what
would
that's
be a
what
reboot.
you mean.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So you don't need the actual like this one rebooted for much. Like I'd
Just
want
reboot the series.
I just want them to go
reboot the
into the
series.
sequel. Just give me the
Yep.
sequel. Yep. Like, and it could even be now. It doesn't have to be back in the 80s. Like
Exactly.
fuck it,
The
like-
slugs went
I'd definitely
underground.
said it now.
The slugs have been hibernating in this fucking cemetery, hiding in them. All of a sudden, earthquake or some shit happens, natural disaster. The casket comes up and the slugs just come fucking pouring out. And let's fucking go.
Or I'll give you one. The aliens actually pick up the slugs from the graveyard. But as they're flying out, something fucks up and they still crash on Earth. So the slugs still escape, but it's a whole different like area.
Whole different town. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. On
Like
top of that, the ship crashes. Okay. The canister breaks, the slugs escape, enter the dying aliens,
Mhm.
who before they turn, crawl into like a cryostasis unit. Okay. Then years later, power finally leaves the ship. The cryostasis opens. Wormtown. Let's go.
See, I thought you were almost going
Wormtown.
to say
I like
like frozen alien gets found by U.S. government. Worms come out of Roswell.
That too.
Dude, you can go crazy spinoffs on this shit.
Yeah.
I'm honestly going to rewind it though. I loved this movie. Like I said, it was my first viewing, but I want to watch it again. I can't wait to watch it again. I thought it was great.
I would say both. Rewind in, then reboot.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
a
dude,
fun
if they
watch.
just gave us straight
Yeah.
up a sequel like nowadays, I would totally support that shit. 100%. Alrighty, gentlemen, let's rate
And bring
this
Tom
bitch.
back for it too.
Fuck yeah, dude. Why not? Wait, but he died though.
Yeah, his head kind of
Who cares?
split open.
Who
That's true.
cares? Bring him back.
You know what? You can
His
have him back.
twin
And
brother.
you have him. No, you bring him back, and you just be like have him some line, like look at the camera, and be like, God damn, I feel like I've done this shit before.
Just like
So
they
kinda
did
like
in fucking Night of the
Return
Living
of the-
Dead Part or Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
Return of the Living Dead part- Yep.
Yep, exactly.
That was the only good
All
part
right.
of that movie. God,
The second one, yeah, the second one was
it was bad. It was bad.
not to be desired as the first.
That is one of my guilty pleasures though. I fucking love Part
It
2.
wasn't. I mean, we've watched worse, but
We have watched worse, and the fact that Tom Matthews is in it again, pretty much playing the same fucking character he played from before, just a different. Okay, that's a whole different story.
I mean, but like those dudes, yeah, those two guys were like they were the saving grace of that movie, though, like hands down, just stealing the fucking, stealing all the corpses and shit. All right, Bobby gave it a 4, so we know that. Scuba, what we got, buddy?
I fucking love this movie. I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
4.5. All right, buddy. Shad Daddy.
I'm with the Scoopster. I was going to give it a 4.5 as well.
All righty. And I think I will also agree because you know what? It just seems like I said, it's not a perfect 5, but it's definitely a super enjoyable movie.
Definitely.
And yeah, I feel like this is like almost horror that you could watch when your kids are like old enough to watch gore, but you don't want them
Yeah.
to still watch some like nasty shit. So let's see. Our score today, gentlemen, is a 4.375. So 4.4
Yeah, buddy.
for 1986's Night of the Creeps.
Very nice.
Not bad, gentlemen. Not bad. All righty. So next episode, we shall be covering.
The Texas
Oh my God.
Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
Oh, shit. No, Bobby, if you're listening,
Get him,
you better
Bubba.
fucking be here, buddy.
Get him.
This is one of those movies you either love it or you hate it, but I have a feeling we're all going to love it.
This is one of the movies I've only seen this movie once, and I know that might seem. I remember I was just very thrown off with how it was, how different it is comparatively.
It
to
is
the
very
first
different.
one. And I
Yeah,
feel
it's,
like
it's more of a dark comedy than anything.
right, and I feel like with the amount of movies I've seen with you gentlemen over the last few years and shit like that, I feel like with my taste change, I'm very interested to watch it again and see where I go with it. I just remember being very goofy in the beginning, like
Yeah.
when there was two dudes driving and then Leatherface was in the back of the truck, just like thrusting his chainsaw at him like for 10 minutes. But all righty,
He does that a lot.
that's right.
But it is available for free on, by the way, on the Peacock app.
Is it? That's
it is.
awesome to know. Thank you very much, Chad Daddy. Fuck yeah, dude. All right, so stay tuned next week for that shit. And gentlemen, on our last segment here, we got some nerd news. Do we have any nerd news as of today?
Yes, we do. I would like to start off by reminding everyone that tomorrow, the 12th,
Mm-hmm.
Chucky premieres.
Yes! On the Sci-Fi
Cosplay series.
Channel.
And USA.
They have been promoting the hell out of it on USA too.
Yes.
Bro, did you see what they did down in New York City Comic-Con for it?
No, what?
Oh man, yeah, they showed the first episode. They had a huge fucking like turnout for it, and then they actually had a couple people there speaking and shit on it behalf. And I'm like, I wish I had friends go down and they actually got to watch the first episode. He said it was awesome. He's like, I can't wait for the series.
Nice.
So
Fuck yeah.
it makes me very excited. But you're right, dude. They've been promoting the fuck out of that shit.
And I'm almost afraid it's almost like they're showing too much because they're showing Andy, they're showing Kyle, they're showing Tiffany, they're showing
yeah, but I mean,
the daughter.
I
this
think
is
they're
a,
just
this is a
showing-
continuation though from Curse, correct?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I think
So
they're
we already
just showing
have
us
them in-
shit we already know.
Or I'm not-
because
not
there's going
cursed.
to be a whole whole new slate of characters that
Right.
we haven't even been introduced to yet.
I'm sorry, and I misspoke. I meant Cult because Cult was
Cult
technically
of
last-
Chucky.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
But
And I hope we
had-
get some explanation for that shit.
what
For Cult.
like why he can like multiple
Yes.
possess
When the
bodies,
fuck
and
did
the
that
fact
start
that he's
happening?
possessed his own fucking daughter. That's awesome.
Yes.
I don't give a
Yes.
shit. That's awesome. I don't care what
Yes.
anybody says. I think it's sweet.
It was worth to see her making out with
Jennifer
what's her
Tilly.
name? Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
hot.
Yeah.
I actually liked Curse more than Cult myself. 'Cause
I
thought
agree.
Curse kind of brought it back to like its old school fucking formula, and I
Curse
loved it.
hit all the right notes.
It did.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even expecting Curse to go to the old, like to the Bride of Chucky style Chucky.
That's
Like,
that's
three-quarters
what,
of the way
that's
in.
what
That's
made
what-
it epic
It
to
did.
me because when she
full
found
circle.
and she just starts peeling his face off, and then you can see he covered up the scars. And it's
Bro,
like,
that was so like, because I wasn't a huge fan of the Bride of Chucky version. Like I understood
me
it,
too.
but it wasn't my favorite. Like I like classic, like 1, 2, 3.
Agreed.
But when they did that shit, I was so just like, oh my God, that is fucking amazing.
Yep.
And I mean, it's all right, dude, because like the scene with like Andy in his cabin and shit like that, like they didn't go any, like they left that off on a high note, right? Because what's her name came back at the very
Yep.
end.
No,
So
yeah,
I mean,
Kyle.
like you said, so they already have all these characters introduced. So I guess it's okay to show them if you've watched the last 2 movies. But
I hope
Did
we
they-
get to see what happened to Glenn and Glinda. Because remember in Seed of Chucky, they
Seed.
get put into human bodies.
Hmm.
see, I never watched Seed. I could
You
never
never
get it.
watched it?
I made it only halfway through. I'm like, this movie's fucking terrible, dude.
It is. It is terrible.
It is terrible.
fucking
It is.
terrible. It is. It is. But you have to watch it to fucking
Like
complete the
I
series.
thought I could get through it with Redman in it, and then once they killed Redman, I was like, I don't fucking give a shit anymore, dude. They killed Redman. It was
The
Like-
only other nerd news that I have, not to cut off the Chucky excitement,
no, go right ahead.
Resident Evil. Did you guys watch the trailer?
I have not, but I heard it was. I've
You didn't
seen
see,
decent.
you didn't see the
reviews.
trailer.
I haven't yet. Nah, dude, I've been offline for the last few days. So
Wow.
Watch the fucking trailer as soon as we're done here because
all right.
Resident Evil fans, get ready for what we always wanted on screen. We're about to fucking get it.
Okay. Are we starting? Is it starting with the mansion? Does it show any of that shit? Or?
It
shows the mansion.
Where it's
I mean,
basically Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 2 wrapped up into
Technically,
one
I
movie.
guess that's a stupid question because the mansion and everything happens all at the same time.
Yep.
Like literally.
They even have the truck driving scene in it.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
From the beginning of 2.
There's a
Yeah.
fucking the liquors look fucking badass. There was one creature that kind of didn't look that great in the CGI,
Okay.
but I'm hoping they work it out before the movie fucking actually comes out.
Ah.
But it looks fucking legit. It looks like they took the video games and dude, they even show the fucking first zombie turn from
Oh,
when
the
you're
turn,
walking.
the
They
bald
show
one?
it. Yes, they fucking show
Yep.
it. And
Yep.
I'm all for it. I am all fucking for
Fuck
that
yeah,
movie.
dude. I'm gonna definitely have to check that shit out after this.
I'm low key hoping, but I'm pretty sure I can't guarantee. I wouldn't be surprised if it's cut out. I just hope the giant spiders are in it.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Well, what else was there? Spiders. There was a giant snake.
Oh shit, the snake. Yeah, the giant
snake was in the mansion.
The hunters, because we seem to forget
Yep.
about the hunters. The hunters were in there.
That's true. Sweet, dude. I'll have to check that shit out. The only thing I got in nerd news is in 10 days, 11 days, the film 13 Fanboy will be dropping in
Yes.
select theaters.
About fucking time.
Yes.
Yeah. And
That was
anybody
a long
who-
time coming.
Yeah, what, at least 3, 4, 5 years? How long has it
I
been?
think
It's
it's
had
years.
it's been
It's about 3
had
years.
multiple campaigns. I know to push.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was.
I'm pretty sure.
Indiegogo or-
I would say COVID pushed it back at least a year too. So
Oh, easily. Just
Yeah.
with because I think they were still filming stuff at that point. Like I think they were doing some of the B filming shit, like at cons and everything like that still, or they were trying to at least. But then obviously COVID fucked.
yeah,
But yeah, that drops out on the 22nd this month. Our local theater is actually going to be playing it.
That's
Fuck
fucking
you.
awesome.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
listen,
no place
I have
in
to,
Pennsylvania playing it.
listen. I got to give kudos where it goes, or props, however you want to say it. Mr. Joe Gallo, dude, he pulled it off. He's like, yo, because he's got ins at the theater. He's like, listen, let's do an event with 13 Gallows Lane, and we'll do 13 Fanboy. So they're like, all right,
Nice.
and it's just a one-time showing at 9:30 on the 22nd. I'm like, well, I have to fucking be there, dude. Like, you know what I
That
mean?
is awesome.
Fuck yeah.
That is
So-
legit. That's awesome.
I literally know fucking dick about the movie, that the fact that it's all I understand. I know the concept of the movie, but that's it. You know what I mean?
I know
Like,
we're- I know TJ and myself are backers of it, but I don't remember what level of backer.
Gotcha.
Like
I know.
Like we backed at the very first campaign.
Oh, nice. Oh shit. So that was a few years ago then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to see it. I haven't seen anything on the mask that I think they've kept that pretty tight lip and shit.
I want to say I saw. I don't remember if it was the artwork for the theater
poster.
You
Yeah.
can kind of make it out, but not really.
Yeah, it's very hard to. It's a drawing, so it's
Yeah.
like, it's not the exact thing, but I don't know, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll see.
A new style horror. I mean, it could go either way, honest to God. Like, so then, of course, obviously in big horror news for a lot of people, Halloween Kills comes out this weekend.
Yes, we shall
Yes,
see
it
how
does.
that goes.
The Day of the Dead series also comes out on Friday.
Oh,
Does it?
Sci-fi.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Damn, sci-fi is just fucking dropping it this week, aren't they?
Well, let's just hope
They
they
are.
do a good job with it, though.
Hey, man,
It looks
I'm only looking for Chucky. So if there's the fact that there's a second series, that might be awesome to watch.
Day
as
of the
well,
Dead looks. It doesn't look bad, but it also looks like it doesn't take itself very seriously at times.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want like a Walking Dead clone. I want like
No,
Romero
I think that's what
style.
I'm guessing. They upped the comedy, so
That's fine, because like Walking Dead
Yeah.
was just it was too
Too
bleak
bleak.
for my right. Like that's why I like Supernatural, because Supernatural can be bleak, but then you have Dean moments and it's great. So
Oh, I fucking loved Supernatural. That show does not get enough love from the horror community, as far as I'm concerned.
I've
I
never
saw-
finished the whole series myself. I only made it to like season 7 or 8, but I still loved it, dude. Like I feel like it deserves a good full watch through at some point, but
I still
It
have
does.
yet to watch it.
that's fine, dude. Listen, man,
I want to, though.
I really enjoy it, as long as you got to have yourself in the mindset that it's a CW show. So as long as you
Bro,
don't
I
mind
used to watch the fuck out of Charmed.
Listen, then there you go. You'll be fine.
Nothing
You'll
wrong
be
with that.
fucking fine, dude. I think you'll like it a lot.
That
The
used to be
comedy
my
episodes
mornings.
are great, though, dude. Like there was one in particular, and I always remember, but it's the one where the trickster fucked with them, and they kept putting them in like sitcoms and shit. It was like sitcoms.
That was one of my
and then-
favorite ones. They
Oh my
put them on
God,
the
dude.
Japanese game show.
Yes.
And
What the fuck
fucking
was that?
Sam and Nutcracker. Sam got hit in the balls with a giant thing.
Yeah, and somehow Dean knew the
I laughed
answer.
so-
They're like, I didn't even know you knew Japanese. He's like, I didn't know either. With that, and then like, what the fuck was it? It was like he came out and had the Scooby Doo moment where he's just looking at the fucking sandwich like stacked like this fucking big. Like, dude, no, Supernatural was a great show because especially like even in there, I can't speak for the later seasons. That'd be probably Chad Daddy's, but for the earlier seasons, dude, the horror elements are awesome in the show. Like, especially the side shows, not the ones that stick to the main storyline of the actual show, but like the random ones where it's just like, oh,
yeah, the ones where they're just randomly hunting like a Wendigo or something.
Right.
They're
those are my
fantastic.
favorite ones. Those are my favorite
same.
ones, dude. Like, and just yeah, the horror elements of it are fucking great. So definitely check it out, Scoobs, if you get it. If you get a chance.
definitely. Oh, dude, I have all the time in the world.
Is there anything else, gentlemen, for nerd news?
I have one thing that is comic book news. It just came out that
Superman's gay.
Superman is bisexual. Well, the son of
His
Superman,
son.
Jonathan Kent, is coming out as bisexual in the comic books. So if that is a big, step in the process of your lifestyle, congratulations to whoever is happy for that. I am happy.
I don't mean the subject in itself is funny, but you know what's funny about that is I actually saw like at least 2 different sites posting about that today, but the way they fucking did the title of it was like just a fucking clickbait bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
Oh yeah.
because if you read half the comics, it's like, and I'm like, I don't even read the new comics, but it's like, dude, if you just read a little bit of it, you would know it's not Superman. So everybody's like freaking out. It's like,
and that's what I like.
You motherfuckers probably don't even read comics that are bitching about it. Like,
That's exactly what it is.
That's why I appreciate what they did, because it's not like they took an already established character and made that character bisexual or gay. Jonathan Kent is still a relatively new character in the series who is coming into his own, and that's great. And that is what the LGBTQ community needs, is strong characters like that, so that they have somebody to look up to, like we did with Superman and Batman, So I applaud DC for doing that.
I feel like
they're doing it right versus how Marvel did it wrong by retconning Iceman to be gay. Yes,
right.
But they retconned it to make Iceman gay in 0 sense.
Yep.
Like
that's why I said they did it the
X-Men.
correct way.
That's why I stopped reading X-Men, because it didn't make any sense. It was
right. Like
it completely.
Well, DC also just recently did that with Tim Drake too, right?
Yeah, they made him
bi.
Yeah, they made him bi, which is totally fine. Granted, he's an already established character,
but he's like the 7th Robin down the line.
Exactly.
Not really. Don't ever get offended. I know he's like the 4th, but like
he
3rd, actually.
He was still relatively young-ish and still coming into his own. So making a character and they didn't completely take away the fact that he had relationships with females. They just said, hey, well, this is, his lifestyle also.
Right.
And that's great, especially for people that are living that lifestyle. That's great for them. You know what I mean? It's not like it's this huge fucking win, but hey, it's coming. It's becoming more normalized than what it had been in the past.
Because like what you're saying, like representation matters.
Yes,
it's just how you do it. When you're just going in and legitimately like, okay, we're taking an established character of some odd, you know what I mean? Like we're just retconning it. You can, but more than likely, if you look at like the past of how usually those runs end up, they usually don't fucking do well.
Yeah.
AKA Marvel can look at their comic sales in the last few fucking years. And yeah, dude, it's like I said, if you can make a new character or even take one and make it make sense, fuck yeah, dude. But just up and like,
I haven't even read a Marvel comic outside of the Spider-Man titles. Like I read Spider-Man and Venom, that's it.
That's fine. I usually read, dude, I don't even read like the main ones. I'm always like on IDW and shit like that, like Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters and shit.
I totally picked up Ghostbuster comics.
Which ones?
I don't know. My buddy gave me a whole stack of them. I bought them from him. I haven't looked through them yet.
Dude, the newer run of Ninja Turtles has been fantastic.
The Last Ronin?
No. Before that, like this whole series leading up to that whole IDW series has been awesome because they made them the actual sons of Splinter in this series.
Yeah, which
because
that
they
was
were all originally a family, and they were killed by the Shredder and then reincarnated in this form.
Oh shit!
that I did not know. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I just know the new
So they're
comic
the
is like
reincarnated souls of his actual
Scoop-
sons.
or the last few years has been like super fucking dark. Not that Ninja Turtles wasn't meant to actually be dark when it originally came out, but it
Yeah,
definitely
I
went
still
back to
haven't
that format.
read the last. I still haven't read the last Ronin, but that spoilery territory. That is Michelangelo, right?
No, I thought it was Donatello.
Is it Donatello? I figured it was one of those two.
It could. I like I said, I
know.
personally
I
haven't read it. I want to read it. I'd love to pick it up in actual like book format, dude, if they drop that out. But
Oh, it's only.
Other than
I don't
that-
think it's. I don't think the final issue is out yet. So
no, I think they're still going through it. Other than that, gentlemen, I don't know about you, but that's all I got for nerd news.
That's
this
all I
week.
got.
that's all. Like I said, I was looking through my comics today, and I found some really cool ones. The ones that I shared in the chat. I don't know if you guys know. That's the first appearance of Venom,
I have that one,
Nice.
the first appearance of the Punisher,
which
the
I have
first
as well.
the first appearance of the Hobgoblin, and I didn't share you a picture,
Really?
but I also have the first appearance of both the Jackal and the Spider-Man clone, who of course is Ben Reilly. He's actually
Ben Reilly.
still around. He's around again
Yeah,
as another
fuck yeah, dude.
Spider-Man.
I love
nice.
that costume, dude.
Yeah.
I love Spider Clone costume. It was
Scarlet
one
Spider.
of the coolest. Yeah. That shit was fucking dope. But
Agreed.
all right, gentlemen, I think it's time to call it.
Sounds good.
Yeah. We're at an hour 45, so I think we're good. Yeah. But
That's a pretty good episode.
all right, everybody. Gorehounds, thank you for tuning in with us. As always, stay tuned next week for what was that again, Chad Daddy?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
Yeah. Alrighty, as always, I am the Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, saying adios, Gorehounds.
I am
This is
your
your Chad
host
Daddy
with
saying-
the.
Oh,
I thought we
Go
were
ahead,
going
go
this way. I thought we were going this way.
Yeah, go ahead.
Damn.
Go ahead, D.
All right. I am your host with the ghost, El Scuba Cabra, saying I will see you later, bitches.
This is your Chad Daddy saying, see you next week, bitches.
Ow! We are out.